Three players set to leave Manchester United in the next 24 hours. PSG ready to accept loan deal for Manuel Ugarte, and Christian Erikson offered to Ajax. These are some of the stories we will be discussing on this afternoon's show. But before we get into that, please do me one small favour. Smash a like on today's video. Let's try and see 1,000 likes on this episode. And if this is your first time watching, please do subscribe to the channel. I'm live every day at 8:30, 1:30 and 6. If you want to keep up to date with all of your latest Man United news and talk, make sure you get involved. It's completely free and everyone is welcome. Right, let's start the show off by reacting to a story that broke a couple of hours ago about Christian Erikson. So this is coming out from Laurie Whitwell. He's reporting that Manchester United are in talks with Ajax over a permanent deal for Christian Erikson. Apparently Manchester United are asking for £5 million for Erikson. I think that seems fair. He's got 1 year left on his deal. Manchester United signed him for free 2 years ago from Brentford. So even £5 million would be 100% profit. He's on massive wages at Manchester United as well. He's on about 150k a week. So for me personally, I think Christian Erikson at Manchester United's time is up. Obviously, we've got Bruno Fernandes, we've got Mason Mount, who both play in that same position. And I just don't see how he's going to get any game time. The alternative is that he stays for 12 months. We pay him 150k a week and then he leaves in 12 months for nothing. So for me personally, Ineos need to get this deal done. They need to get Christian Erikson out of the club. I just think that, continuing to pay him such big wages for 12 months and then him leave for free makes no sense at all. So hopefully this one happens. I will keep you updated as and when we get more news on that one. And then the next part of the show, I want to run through three players, three here we goes that we've had in the last couple of hours. And it's all in relation to outgoing. So the first one is Maxi Oyedel. Probably said his name wrong. He's a youth player. He's somebody that, from what I've heard, was expected to kind of break through into the first team. And this one's come as a little bit of a shock to some people. So he's 19 years of age, obviously come through the youth academy, can play as a central midfielder or as a CDM. And the news in the last couple of minutes is that he's on the brink of joining Polish side Legia Warsaw. So it looks like he's on his way out of the club. And then the next one is Will Fish, a player who, again, some people have said to me that they thought would break through into the first team at some point in the near future. Clearly not going to happen. Will Fish is set to join Cardiff City on a permanent deal. And then the third one is Facundo Pellistri, who, as we all know, is set to join Panathinaikos in the Greek league for €6 million. In relation to the transfer fees for the other two players, it hasn't yet been revealed, but I imagine it will be somewhere around £500,000 to £1 million. So it's not going to be massive amounts of money, but if that's what Manchester United have to do, then they have to do it. I'm a little bit disappointed with the Pellistri transfer fee, £6 million. But at the same time, nobody else seems to want to buy Pellistri. So, it's easy for us to sit here and say, oh, Pellistri's worth 20 million. Pellistri's worth this. He's better than Anthony. We can have those opinions. But the fact of the matter is, at the point of recording this video, nobody else is trying to buy Pellistri. So effectively his market value is whatever people are willing to pay. And the only team who are willing to pay are only willing to pay £6 million. So it is a bit frustrating. Apparently there's going to be a massive sell-on clause in that contract, reportedly somewhere around 50%. So if he goes to Greece and does well, and then he gets a move to another top club in a couple of years' time, we would get half of that money. So that's positive, I guess. But I know quite a lot of people are a bit upset about this Pellistri deal. And I want you to let me know in the comment section, how do you feel about Pellistri leaving for €6 million? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Keeping on the topic of outgoings, Radek Vitek, the third choice goalkeeper, or I guess he's fourth choice actually, is going to join Austrian side BW Linz on loan. So I wish him all the best. I hope he goes there and has a good season. I thought he looked decent in pre-season, Radek Vitek. And I personally, if I was Ineos or Manchester United, I would have let Altay Bayindir go, because he's come to Manchester United and his career's been ruined effectively. He was, starting every week for Fenerbahce. He's the Turkish first-team goalkeeper. He's come to Manchester United and he played one game in a whole season. And during that season, Onana was making mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake every single game pretty much for large parts of the season. And he still didn't really get any opportunities other than one game against Newport in, I think it was the League Cup. So I feel a little bit bad for Altay Bayindir. And if it was up to me, I would have let him go, let him go back to Turkey, go and be the first choice at Galatasaray or Fenerbahce, and then just promoted Radek Vitek to the backup goalkeeper. But we've got to trust Ineos. We've got to trust that they know what they're doing. yeah, it seems a little bit strange, that Altay Bayindir is staying. The only thing I can think of is because of the money. He's obviously come to Manchester United and will probably be earning way more than what he was earning over in Fenerbahce. So, yeah, that's my only explanation for it, because I can't see why a goalkeeper would come to Manchester United and be happy to just sit on the bench when you were the starting goalkeeper for Fenerbahce and you're the starting goalkeeper for the Turkish national team. Like, it doesn't add up, but it is what it is. So Vitek is leaving as well. That's 4 players out of the door. Maybe even 5 if Erikson goes as well. But yeah, moving on from that, we've got more news on another outgoing for you. There's so much news today about players leaving. Hopefully this starts the domino effect where these players leave and then we go and sign some people. But this is coming out from multiple different people that apparently Manchester United are now in talks with Burnley over a permanent deal for Hannibal Mejbri. Obviously, Burnley have just lost Sander Berge to, who's he gone? To Fulham. He's just joined Fulham or is doing his medical today. He might have joined by the time this video goes live. And obviously, Burnley are now looking for a replacement. They've identified Hannibal Mejbri. I think he'd do really well in the Championship. I think he's got the right physicality, the right aggression. I think he'd do really, really well for Burnley. I don't think he's Manchester United quality, to be honest. He's 21, 22 now. He's not that young anymore. There were such high expectations for Hannibal. And it is a bit of a shame that it hasn't worked out, but with 1 year left on his deal, letting him leave now makes the most sense. Transfer fee wise, apparently Manchester United are asking for around £10 million, which I think is probably fair. How much do you guys think Hannibal Mejbri is worth? I think around 10 million is fair. There are some people saying that Manchester United are asking for 12 million. I mean, if we got 12 million for Hannibal, I would be absolutely buzzing with that, to be honest. But yeah, apparently Burnley are in advanced talks to sign Hannibal Mejbri on a permanent deal, fee somewhere between 10 and 12 million pounds. That's what the report is at the moment. And I think that's perfectly fair. I would have no problem with that. Obviously, Burnley have just got 25 million for Sander Berge. 10 million for Hannibal, I think, presents pretty good value for them and good value for us. And we would actually make a really, really small profit. I think we bought him for around 10 million euros. So if we got 10 million pounds or 12 million pounds even, we would make a couple of million, which I know isn't a lot, but it's better than nothing, isn't it? So let's hope that one goes through. And again, I wish Hannibal all the best. I've got nothing bad to say about him. I'm just not convinced he's the quality that Manchester United need to take us to the next level. But let's move on to the final story, which is on Manuel Ugarte. So this is the positive one. Obviously, we've just run through loads of players that look like they're going to leave. But the news coming out in the last couple of hours is that apparently PSG are now ready to agree to a loan with an obligation to buy for Manuel Ugarte. In relation to how much the obligation to buy will be, we're still waiting to find out. I imagine it's going to be somewhere around 50 million, to be honest, because PSG have stayed firm on their price all window. They're apparently willing to let him go on loan with this obligation to buy, but they're going to want big money, aren't they? I personally don't think Man United should pay a penny more than like 40, 50 million euros. Personally, I don't think he's worth more than that. But we'll wait and see what Manchester United end up doing. So this story was reported by Fabrizio. It's reported by Sky Sports. It's reported by all of the top journalists that Manchester United are negotiating a loan with an obligation to buy for Manuel Ugarte. Obviously, we know that Ugarte agreed personal terms. What was it, like 2 months ago? We know that he's desperate to join Manchester United. And we know that he's told PSG that he wants to leave. He's not in the squad. He's not in the matchday squads. He's not even training with the team at the moment. He's training on his own. So he's going to leave PSG. It's still just that game of poker where Manchester United are trying to get the best deal. PSG are trying to get the best deal. But it does feel like this saga, the Manuel Ugarte saga, is finally coming to a close. And it looks like it will be a loan with an obligation to buy next summer, which I think is great. I've got no problem with that. Hopefully that then allows us to go and spend a little bit more money on another position this summer. This summer before the end of the window, because I think even if Manuel Ugarte comes in, we still do need to strengthen. Some people are saying we should get a left back. Some people are saying we need another attacking player. There's lots and lots of different options that Manchester United should be looking at. And effectively, by not paying any fee for Manuel Ugarte this year, it should allow us to go and spend some more money. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on that one. I think we'll get the here we go for Manuel Ugarte very, very soon. So yeah, I'm going to wrap the video up here. I'll be back at 6 p.m. Please make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. This has been Daily Red Devil. Have a lovely afternoon, and I'll speak to you all later. Bye for now.